Hi everyone and welcome to I Learned Korean. So today's video is going to be about the vocabulary words for how to count days in Korean. We'll learn about how it's similar and different to English. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be the word for day. So there are two different words. The first one that we have here is 날, which means day. And the second one we have is 일, which is also day. They both signify the same thing, as in the audience is going to know when you used one of the two terms that you're talking about day, but they're used in different contexts, and we'll talk about that for another video. I just want to keep it simple for now. So let's go ahead and look at how we can talk about days in terms of quantity. So before we do that, I just want to show you that there is a correlation from my point of view in terms of the native numbering system in Korean, which is the following, as you can see on the screen. So you have, from number 1 to 10, you have 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. So you'll see that the first part of these syllables of the words that are highlighted in red are more or less similar, if not the same, in the vocabulary words that talk about number of days in Korean. So you'll see what I'm talking about. And this is an interesting thing that I noticed while I was studying about this. So for example, if you want to say one day in Korean, the word for that is haru. So ha, you can say that it comes from hana, which is also the native numbering system, signifying one. So I don't know if that is a deliberate reasoning for how they came up with these words for counting days in Korean, but I did see that there is a pattern, and it's quite interesting to see that. The only word that we have here which does not use the native numbering for counting days is 이틀, which means 2 days. You'll notice that in native numbering system, number 2 means 둘 or 두 if you use the modifying form of the word. However, in 이틀, it just uses 이. So my perception is that this might come from 일, 이. So 이 is a Sino numbering system for number 2. So maybe this is not using the native numbering system, but instead using the Sino numbering system for the word for 이틀, which is 2 days. So this is just an observation that I have made, and I personally don't know if there's a correlation between how native numbering system works and if there is a deliberate connection from that to the words here that are used to signify the quantity of days, but it's just interesting to see that they can be similar. So the next word we have is 사흘 for 3 days. And then we have 나흘, which means 4 days. 닷새, which means 5 days. 엿새, which means 6 days. 이래 is 7 days. 여드레 is 8 days. 아흐레 is 9 days. 열흘 is 10 days. 보름, which means 15 days. Okay, so this is just the last word before we end here, and it just talks about the term for a few days, which can be written in 2 different ways. So the older spelling, from what I know, is on the left side, which says 며칠, and the newer term that we have now is 며칠. So there's just a little bit of difference in terms of the character formation. So that's the only difference really. but this is a word that was pronounced the same in both versions, left and right. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helps kind of understand the different connections that you can explore in terms of when you learn Korean. Like, there's a lot of different establishments that you might come across or you might think about, and this just gives you a different perspective of appreciating the language as you learn it. So hopefully my explanations made sense today, but if not, please leave your questions down in the comments below and then I can definitely go ahead and answer them for you. But until then, please stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.